Episode 4, The Japanese Creation Myth. At the dawn of time, the world was nothing but a swirling ocean. Above it stretched the plain of high heaven, where the elder gods watched in silence. From among them two deities were chosen, Izanagi, he who invites, and Izanami, she who invites. They were given a sacred mission, to create the land of Japan. Into their hands was placed the heavenly jeweled spear, Ame no Nuboko. Standing upon the floating bridge of heaven, they lowered the spear into the sea and stirred the waters below. When they raised it again, drops of brine dripped from its tip, falling back into the ocean. Those drops hardened into the first island, Onagoro. Here they descended to dwell, building a pillar at the center of the land. They circled it in opposite directions, and when they met, Izanami spoke first with words of greeting. But because she, the female, had spoken before the male, their union was declared flawed. The child born of this union was Hiruko, the leech child, born without bones, unable to stand. He was placed in a boat of reeds, set adrift upon the waves, and vanished from sight. This tale reveals how deeply ritual order mattered. Even a simple inversion, the woman speaking first, was seen as disrupting the harmony of creation. Hiruko, the leech child, did not vanish entirely from Japan's imagination. Later traditions identified him with Ebisu, the smiling god of fishermen and fortune. A failed creation, cast away as useless, became a beloved deity of prosperity. This transformation shows something unique in Japanese myth. Failure does not always vanish into darkness. It may return, changed, with new meaning. At the same time, the act of casting Hiruko adrift reflects another deep idea, the concept of boundaries. Those who do not fit, the impure or incomplete, are pushed beyond the borders, into the sea, away from the community. This notion of removing pollution, of sending it outward, still echoes in rituals of purification, where objects are cast into rivers or the ocean to carry away misfortune. After correcting their ritual, Izanagi and Izanami tried again. This time, Izanagi spoke first, and their union prospered. One by one, they gave birth to the islands of Japan, Awaji, Shikoku, Kyushu, Honshu. They gave birth to deities of rivers, mountains, trees, and seas. The world grew rich with gods and land. But creation is never without cost. When Izanami gave birth to the fire god, Kagetsuchi, his flames scorched her body. Her pain was unbearable, and in giving life to the god of fire, she herself was consumed by it. The mother of the islands died in agony, falling into the realm of Yomi, the land of the dead. Izanagi's grief was endless. The world had been created, but at the cost of his beloved. Unable to accept her death, Izanagi resolved to bring Izanami back. He descended into Yomi, the shadowed land beneath the earth. There, in the dim halls of the dead, he found her. But she begged him, "Do not look upon me." Her body had already eaten the food of Yomi, binding her to that place. Driven by love and despair, Izanagi lit a torch. In that flickering light, he saw her form, decaying, crawling with maggots, guarded by thunder gods. Horrified, he fled. Izanami, enraged by his betrayal, sent the dead to pursue him. At last he reached the entrance of Yomi and rolled a massive boulder into place, sealing the world of the dead away. On opposite sides of the stone, the two spoke one final time. Izanami vowed vengeance, swearing to take 1,000 lives each day. Izanagi replied that he would create 1,500 lives daily, to outnumber the dead. Thus, death and birth were set in eternal balance. The journey to Yomi left Izanagi polluted, tainted by the touch of death. In ancient Japan, death was not only sorrow. It was defilement, a corruption that clung to the living. To cleanse himself, Izanagi performed a ritual of purification, a misogi. He bathed in running water, washing away the filth of Yomi. From this cleansing act, new gods were born. From his left eye came Amaterasu, the radiant sun goddess. From his right eye came Tsukiyomi, the moon god. And from his nose came Susanoo, the storm god. Thus the three most powerful deities of Japan emerged not from creation, but from purification. Even in death and pollution, life could arise anew. This belief still echoes in Japanese culture today. washing hands at shrines, sprinkling salt at doorways after funerals, and rituals of cleansing before festivals, all trace their roots back to Izanagi's misogi. The Japanese creation myth is unlike any other. Genesis revealed a universe of order, spoken into being by a single god. Greek myth told of chaos, struggles between generations, and order carved from war. Norse myth showed a cosmos built upon sacrifice, a world fashioned from a giant's corpse. But Japan's story begins with water and ritual. Land drips from a spear. A failed child drifts to sea. A mother dies in fire. A father descends to death and returns defiled. From cleansing flows new life, the sun, the moon, and the storm. It is a myth deeply tied to boundaries, life and death, purity and pollution, sea and land. And these boundaries continue to shape Japan today. Through these myths we see a truth: creation is never simple. It is fragile, costly, and always bound to cycles of loss and renewal.